Thank you for booking the C63. Let's take a look around. Here you have your keys for your vehicle. This one is for the ignition, and this is for all the locks on the outside of the van, like your chemical toilet and your garage.
Do not push this in and try to lock it like that. That will break the key. So only lock it when it's out in that position and turn.
The C63 is a manual drive. You will also see on the driver's side window the maximum height of the vehicle, and the length is also just over 6 meters. Your vehicle will come filled with diesel and AdBlue, but to fill up the motorhome, you make sure your passenger doors open here, and you can see. To open up this compartment, you push your 2 buttons in and pull the door towards you. Inside here you will find your electric hookup cable, hose and your ramps. Inside this area you will find the black box, which contains all your cooking essentials. To insert your electric hookup cable, slide up the cap and insert one end into here and the other into the campsite. All vehicles come fully filled with water when you collect them, but as you continue on your travels, this is where you will need to fill up. You slide the cap up and insert the hose. Here we have the gas locker, which opens the exact same by pressing in both buttons and pulling the door towards you. Inside your gas locker you will find 2 gas bottles, one of which is North 500 property that cannot be swapped, and the other one can. To turn your gas bottle on, make sure to turn the cap anti-clockwise. And to close the bottle, make sure to turn it clockwise. This must be done before setting off driving. To change your gas bottle over, unscrew this hose end and attach it to the new bottle. To release your chemical toilet, make sure to pull up on the blue lever and then slide it out. To remove the waste, just unscrew this lid and then tip it into the designated area. With every hire you do get green chem, which is stored in this area as well. Underneath the vehicle you will see 2 taps, a blue one and a grey one. The blue tap does release fresh water, and the grey tap is how you empty the grey water from your vehicle. At the back of the vehicle you've got your 3 gas burner hob and your oven and grill. To ignite the 3 gas burner hob, push in, turn and then ignite. You also have your oven and grill, which is the same. You push in and turn and then ignite. At the side of the kitchen you have your bathroom. Before you use the toilet, make sure to open up the lever. When the toilet is not in use, make sure to shut the lever over. For your fridge in the C63, you can see here that you need to select your source, whether it be the electric hookup or the gas, making sure that you're either plugged in or your gas is on first. To open the fridge, you push down at the top and pull the door towards you. To make up the second single bed in the C63, you need to use the table, which can be found in this compartment beside the fridge. Each vehicle comes with thermal blinds, which can be used on the front windows of the van. Your 3-pin plug sockets will only work if you're hooked up to electric. Once you have the table out of the compartment, you take it over here and place it in between the 2 chairs, making sure the grey inserts are facing outwards. Once your table is here, you then take the back of the chair off, slide this all the way up, pop the back of the chair here. You then use the additional insert and push it down like so. You then have your double bed, which is above the cab. Your ladders will be found on top of the mattress, which you then hook on just here. And this is your second single bed, which you just remove the back cushions for additional space. On the left side, you have your Truma panel, which controls your heating and your hot water. When the icon is flashing, that is the one that you're about to click onto. As you can see, the motorhome one is currently flashing. You click on and that controls your heat. The second icon in is your hot water. You can then choose eco, hot or boost. Sometimes error codes like this will appear. Make sure to go back to your guidebook and it will show you how to rectify the problem. Your third icon along is your source, either being gas or EL2. Anything in between are not sources that we use.
So this control panel here operates the vehicle, and that's your power supply at the top, that's your internal lights, that's your water pump, that's your external lights, and that's the vehicle levels in terms of your battery, water, fresh water level, wastewater level. So to simply turn the lights on inside the vehicle, press that button. To turn the water pump, that button, the outside lights there, and you'll see each of those lights illuminated. So for your television to work, you will need to have your internal lights on. We also need to remember that your plugs inside the vehicle will only work when you're on an electric hookup, because they are a 240 volt supply. Everything else in the van works off a 12 volt battery, and that's why your plugs will only work when you're on an electric hookup. We also would recommend that you only have the water pump on when you're using the water, and never have the water pump on and running when there's no water in the van, or it'll burn the pump out. So make sure when you're using the water pump to activate the taps that there is water in the vehicle, and only have the pump on when you're needing to use it. The external lights are here. Then your final button tells you your fresh water level and your wastewater, so you should be able to automatically detect what your vehicle's got from this. Press the button again and it'll tell you what temperature's inside the vehicle. Press it again and it'll tell you the battery levels. We'd also always recommend, when you are reversing the vehicle, that you've got somebody outside the vehicle and helping you to direct, so that you're making sure that any obstacles are clear and aware of before doing so. Once you're parked up at a campsite, you might find that the ground is uneven. So all our vehicles come with levelling ramps, which you can position under the tyre of the vehicle like that, or at the front, like so. And simply by manoeuvring these into the correct positions, you can get the height or the levels fixed in the van so it's not sitting at an angle. One thing to be aware of when you're driving in the Highlands or anywhere in Scotland is that motorhomes tend to have a wider wing mirror span. So you just have to make sure that you give yourself just that bit of extra distance between you and vehicles travelling in the opposite direction with your wing mirrors. The second thing to remember is the vehicle's height, and make sure that you keep aware of any branches that are overhanging or low bridges, so that you're not damaging the top of the vehicle. In the Highlands there's a lot of single track roads, so we would always encourage people to be a responsible road user and to make sure that they use passing places in a responsible manner, and to respect the road and the other users in the area by taking your turn to come into the lay-by. If you're unsure, there's plenty of help out there within the North 500 website and other different media channels on how responsible driving should be undertaken.
Enjoy your C63 holiday.